Lucky Boys Podcast.
Being a restaurant owner is a lot of stress. At the end of the day, when you're a restaurant manager, you don't care where the money's coming from because it's not yours. When you're a restaurant owner, it's all coming out of your pocket. At the end of the day, all the money's coming out of your pocket. If you don't have a good week, you're like, man, that's stressful. You're like, I hope it's not 2 weeks in a row. So
I watched my dad go through that, man.
It's stressful.
It's so stressful. And I watched him work his tail off, man. Like he was the chef and the owner and all that stuff. Yeah. And on slow days, at the end of the day, I'm like, me and my little kid brain, I was like 11, 12 years old. Slow days, I was like, I thought it was cool because I got to spend more time with my dad.
Yeah.
I didn't see him as stressful. We were just chilling, but he was depressed.
Yeah.
On slow days, he was really beat up. Like he wasn't happy. And then when the restaurant was so busy and I watched him sweat his balls off, man, and he's constantly in and out, and I hear like the kitchen's like really, they're shouting at each other.
Yeah.
Oh, this and that. It's just crazy hectic. And then at the end of the day, when the restaurant closes at night, we're sitting down, he has a beer and he's so happy. I could feel his energy is so light, and he's drinking his beer and eating his dinner, and he's talking to me. He goes, son, everything's going to be good. This is good. This is very good. He's just so happy. And I just watch him go from like his really high and really low. And I thought to myself, I'm never getting in this business.
Yeah. It's a rough business. I mean, like without even looking at the numbers, if you had a good day or a bad day. You can just feel it. Like you can just feel it. Mm-hmm. Like if you've been in it long enough, you understand what a good day and a bad day is. You can have when you have a good day, you really feel, it's like a high you don't feel because it's in the day, it's your money.
Yeah.
It's, money that you have, when you do a good event, when you do a big catering order, when I do like music festivals, I've done Governor's Ball, I've done EDC, I've done Izu. When you are having a good day there, because you're running out of food, you're, just having a great day.
That must feel so damn good, man.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you're dying, you're like tired, but you're not so tired that you can't be happy. You're extremely happy because you did, you put out so much food and you're making so much money. And, it was a good weekend. Sometimes you make so much money on that weekend. You're like, I don't need to stress as hard this month to pay my staff, to pay my rent, to pay my insurance, to pay my electricity, pay all my utilities, pay myself. There's less stress. When less stress, you're much happier.
Right. And it's kind of like a club, right? The restaurant owners. Cause what I noticed, like, I know some restaurant owners around the city and they all hook, like some high end restaurants that they have, they'll hook each other up with reservations. Yeah. Even though some of it's like a really long wait, but you're a restaurant owner, so am I, and they kind of scratch each other's back that way and hook each other up. Or even some gym members, like some owners of gyms, will like, hey, you could come and work out at this gym for free, and we'll just hook me up with foods once in a while.
Yeah, I mean it's a big thing. I mean, when you get to know people in the business, it's everyone knows the pain and everyone knows the struggle. So it's kind of something that. It's like being a fraternity. No one else knows what you went through but the people doing that.
Right.
So you go through, like everyone goes through the same exact headaches, same mistakes. We all made the same mistakes. We all have to learn from them. Not every first restaurant is successful, but you learn on that. You build.
It's a special breed.
Yeah. And it takes, it's a lot of effort. It's not easy. Not everyone can do it. That's why so many restaurants go under so quickly.
Yeah.
And then, if you don't have the drive to keep doing it,
now, what's the key to like having a successful restaurant minus luck? Whatever you can control. Like, what is the major key?
First is, do you have a good concept? Is it a concept or is it a recipe? I always tell people that when I consult for a lot of businesses, some people are like, I have a great recipe. Well, that's not a concept. That's a recipe. You can make one thing great. Yeah, that's great. If you open a small kiosk, a small 100 square foot restaurant that has no seats, you can do very well doing that. Or do you have a full-blown concept where, whole menu, drink ideas, top to bottom what the service is going to be like? Then you have a concept. So it really depends what you're doing and how the food is. If the food is good.
That's of course.
And then you got to find the location.
Mm-hmm.
Location is key. What kind of demographic are you targeting? Who are your customers? Are you targeting young people? Are you targeting everybody? Is there a group you're looking for? Asians, right. Americans, Italians, whatever food you're trying to serve. What group are you looking for?
Millennials, foodies,
Is
Yelpers.
Is your food more pretty than tasty? That's all those Yelpers who take pictures, great pictures. Food tastes like crap, but the pictures are amazing.
It looks pretty. Yeah. Really Instagram worthy.
Yeah. And that's another group, how
Is that
Oh, you do
sustainable
marketing.
though? Just because you got pretty looking food,
It's not that great. Well, it has to be decent food.
Has to
Well,
be
you know what?
decent
How
food,
about Salpe? I heard his restaurant is shit.
That's what I heard too. And